Let's bring in National Senator Matt Canavan now. Senator, good to see you. First of all, what do you think of Prince Charles's comments?
Look, I haven't seen it all in context. I just hope the British monarchy stay out of politics. We have a good system, and whenever or if the monarchs get involved in day-to-day partisan politics, that does undermine the constitutional monarchy system we have in this country. So I think the Queen of England deserves enormous praise for how she has played that role over many decades, and I hope that's a good example to everyone else. I believe Prince Charles also said this morning that his Aston Martin runs on white wine and cheese. I don't know if this is the new way of reducing our emissions, but it was all very nice for someone to be able to run their car on wine. I'm not sure if that's a sustainable option for all.
Waste of wine, in my opinion. Anyway, Senator, we know you're not on board.
I'm not a big white wine fan myself.
As for net zero, we know you're not on board. You've made your position pretty clear. But are the Nats likely to commit to a plan without your support anyway?
Well, I'm always upfront with you, Peter, but I'm going to disappoint you and say, look, I can't and won't predict the views of my colleagues. That's unfair to them. They have that right to express their own opinions. As I say, I'll express mine up front to you, but I can't predict that. I mean, what I want to see too, though, here, I'm sure everybody wants to see, is some answers to some basic questions. How much is this going to cost? At the last election, the coalition, myself and Angus Taylor, went out there and said that a 45% reduction in emissions would cost 336,000 jobs. That was modelling done by the eminent economist Dr. Brian Fisher, who used to head up our agricultural economics organisation, been involved in climate change negotiations. Well, how many jobs would be lost this time? Last time we said that electricity prices would increase by 58%. How much will they this time? How much will the pension have to go up by under net zero emissions to compensate older Australians for the extra costs of achieving this target? We don't have answers to those basic questions. So I'm not sure how you could sign up to something when simple questions can't seem to be answered.
Well, I mean, it's not just you. There are other federal Queensland Nats who are resisting at this stage. But then you've got some comments that were interesting this morning from Stephen Miles, the Deputy Premier in Queensland, who says that the state will not be partners to inaction. And so he's positioning Queensland to secure a greater share of growth industries. So it seems that your state is going ahead with investment regardless of your view and the view of some of your colleagues.
Well, let me be clear, I'm not against that investment. I mean, when I was Resources Minister, we developed our nation's first hydrogen strategy. We put millions into hydrogen, and Angus Taylor has put millions more. The federal government's investing $1.2 billion to develop hydrogen. I'm all for that. I just don't see why some people have to be sacked from their job for other jobs to be created. The world's going to need so much energy, as we can see right now as the world struggles to keep its lights on because there's not enough coal and gas, that we can grow and develop our coal industry and develop a hydrogen industry too, and create more jobs here where I am in central Queensland. I really want, and I believe the coalition has in the past, had a growth plan, not a difference plan, not saying let's have different jobs rather than more jobs. That's what I stand for, because there's no limit to what we can do up here in regional Queensland, especially given the world's hunger for all types of energy, clean, new types of energy, and older and traditional types of energy too.